Welcome everybody to A Cast of the Past Watches EA Play Live 2020 for June. In a couple minutes here, we're actually a couple seconds, we are going to be watching along to the EA Play Live. So hopefully some good stuff happens. Hopefully some good stuff pops out. A lot of people are talking about the Star Wars Squadron or Apex news, I believe, is going to be coming. I don't know. Maybe Skate 4. We can only hope. Maybe the Mass Effect trilogy is coming to next-gen consoles or even a new one. We might also have Dragon Age, I believe. But we'll probably just get, an hour-long presentation about Madden, FIFA, NHL. I wouldn't be too upset with NHL, but we'll see. What are you presenting to me? I actually just found out that this conference was happening like half an hour ago and I panicked.
Welcome everyone to EA Play 2020. We're happy that you're joining us today. Over the next 45 minutes or so, we've got so much for you, including creative, innovative, and really fun.
Oh, if we get Peggle 3, that would probably put me over the edge right now.
But before we get into the show,
what's up, everybody?
Oh, Greg Miller from Kinda Funny, which I represent when we play Rocket League.
Huge stage, massive setup, these giant monitors. I was going to fly in an X-Wing. I was going to land the X-Wing on stage. I was going to set up...
Kind of resembles me right now, and it's a little scary.
Shooting out game consoles for discreetly placed golden letters.
I have the same coffee mug. That's weird.
So don't go anywhere.
Pretty sure you got those from Target.
None of us can leave
off its most successful, most epic season yet, and we're just getting started.
You never hear people talk about the most unsuccessful season yet, right?
You've kept that amazing momentum going forward, making season 5 the biggest and best
Apex is fun. Every time I've played it, it's really fast, but it's awesome. Actually, compared to a lot of the battle royale games out there, I think Apex is probably the most enjoyable, like, fast-paced one that you have. Like, Fortnite's good and Call of Duty's all right and stuff like that, but this is, it just reminds me so much of Titanfall.
Adventurers, raiders, explorers, they risk everything in search of fame, fortune, and answers. Few find what they're looking for. But if they survive, they might walk away with lost treasures.
Okay.
I'll high-five you all when I see you.
Should have pirates in here then. Lost treasures.
My synapses are firing again.
Right. This fall we're bringing Apex Legends to Steam. And I know
that's
you're
cool.
hoping, wondering, praying. So
finally all the PC nerds can play it on
Crossplay is coming
Steam.
to Apex this fall.
That's even
It's
better.
been one of the biggest requests we get.
I'm not a
and
huge
we're
fan
thrilled
of
to finally
PC players
deliver it to
playing
our
with
fans.
console players because the
What am I
accuracy
forgetting?
difference.
Oh yeah, one last thing. Let's make it official.
Oh,
We're huge
okay.
fans of Nintendo here at Respawn, and we're incredibly
Am I
excited
right?
to be bringing Apex Legends to the Switch this fall.
I think I'm hyperbolating. I think I'm hyperman. I've had a really good time here.
I'm not a fan of the character Mirage. I understand his gimmick, but it's like a cross between Handsome Jack and Johnny Cage, kind of. And it's weird. She just said
One
Tsum
thing I
Tsum.
admire about Apex
It's
Legends.
almost like I was peeking into the future, and I didn't know it at the time, but it gave me hope.
It gave me
I
a sense
don't
of
think
hope that I could build
there's
a
been a
life that
good
looks like
Sims
that.
game really
Sims is
since
almost
the
like a
first one.
utopia of what I
I
hope
think
our world
2,
eventually
3, and
becomes.
4 just got so over the top each time they kept going, but I understand there's just a huge fan base for it there. And I know I got Sims 4 for free the one time, and I started playing it, and I'm just like, man, it's just so overwhelming. But it is one of those franchises that's just, people always just, like,
To have me time.
no one ever hates on The Sims,
It's
really.
more than just a game. It's creating your life.
Well, I guess everything's going to Steam now because I think I'm not sure if they're shutting down Origin or if Origin games are starting to kind of transition over to other platforms. Completely forgot about that. I did hear something about Origin games going to other platforms. Baby Yoda. Huh. Never played the Command & Conquer games. Look, it's got like behind the scenes stuff. That's cool. More games should have that. And we talk about that in our Rocket League playthrough coming up. It's like they were listening to our playthrough today earlier when we weren't recording it on the internet.
Bringing games to more platforms then.
Their original titles are good, but they're no Devolver Digital. I'm sorry. Devolver Digital is just fantastic when it comes to the indie titles and stuff.
Let's do it.
Please welcome
his Game Award speeches was fantastic.
Okay, can you swear here? Can you swear? Okay. The Oscars, you know? Oscars. It's way hard to make a game. It's almost like the audience have control of the pacing of the story, while in movies it's being paced for you. In video games, there's so much to be explored from a storytelling perspective because of the interactivity. There are some studios out there that are making games that have good stories, but they pretty much have one mechanic they like reuse all the time. The designers and the story writers are kind of like doing two different games. That's why I founded Hazelight, to keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible in games. That's what
the way he speaks, he's so passionate about it. It's unlike anything that you hear. That it's not like super corporate talk or anything like that. He's very real when it comes to the way that he presents his company.
The story starts out with a small family. She creates 2 dolls out of wood and clay, and these dolls magically come alive and actually controls both Cody and May. And you could say you're almost controlling their emotions. You're almost playing their emotions. There crashes and you fly into the sky and up into space. And when you're in space, you're like, what the f am I doing up here? And then maybe you get back to Earth again. That's the best way to describe It Takes Two, actually.
Wow, that was the best way to describe it. All right, Joseph, we love you so much. Thank you. Keep it up over there. The Oscars. Let's stay in Sweden. Of course, I'm a fan of both their delicious red gummy fish and their video games. So, ladies and gentlemen,
once again, the best thing from Sweden is their fish. And IKEA.
It started with a mood and some paintings, grew into this eerie, strange world that feels like something out of a beautiful.
I wish they would make a new Alice game.
The world of random.
My wife would be extremely excited for that. Maybe even hope that might get announced tonight. Doubt it.
After a horrible event that changes her life, she embarks on a dangerous journey through the world of random. Still a long ways from launch, but we hope you will join Even and Dicey.
I haven't seen him for a while, but that guy right there kind of reminds me of the lead singer to Rise Against.
Lost in Random.
Welcome to Random.
The world of random bends with the roll of one dice. A dice that has ruled this kingdom for generations.
It has that Tim Burton-esque art style to it.
Just like you. But what if I told you there is another dice with the power to change everything?
You're saying there's 2 dice?
Now, my friend, it's your turn to roll, to play the odds, and break the curse of random.
You can't have the sweet without the sour.
This is giving a lot of the American McGee's Alice feel to it.
No, Dicey. They should be scared of us. Right?
Looks good. I'd probably download that, play it.
Rocket Arena. As you'll see, we stay loyal to the name of the game. It's a rockets-only shooter that allows players to get
the
into
best
the action quickly
way to
and
play
stay
Halo
in the
1
fight.
multiplayer.
We wanted Rocket Arena to be an awesome, competitive experience to play with friends. I think you're gonna love what we've got in store for you.
Have you ever wondered why life is so good on Crater? Sure, we've got the beautiful beaches.
Cannonball!
Quality public transportation. And exotic destinations. Another victory. The people are courteous and friendly.
Jolly good for me. Let's hit the trail.
Three v 3, okay. So it's not going to get too overwhelming. I was going to say, for how small the maps are, you couldn't probably get a lot of people in them. Be too much chaos.
Never turn your back on the water.
So between that and then the Demolition All-Stars game,
as you just saw,
lots of
rockets
good
are obviously awesome
games
to blast
coming
all
out
over
that
the
are going to
place.
be
But in
like
order to come out on
competitive-wise.
There's a lot to master. It's a platform. That's why we're thrilled to announce cross-play support right from the start. So grab your friends, regardless of their platform, and get ready to blast off with Rocket Arena on July 14th on PlayStation, Xbox, Origin, and Steam. And we'll be sharing more gameplay right after the show with the help
But not
of some great
Switch.
content creators.
So you'll be able to play with all of your
Check
friends
us
except the
out on
ones who
YouTube at the link below.
own Nintendo consoles.
See you in the arena.
Okay, I promise you, we are going to get a first look at some brand new gameplay in
Okay,
just a
gameplay
moment.
this time,
But
not
first,
just
for
actual
anyone who
trailers.
doesn't fully grasp why I'm so excited, earlier this week, EA and Lucasfilm dropped a trailer that literally gave me all the feels, chills, joy, excitement, and then more chills on top of that. Take a look.
The trailer looks great, but the trailer for the Old Republic looked great too, and that played like crap.
Seize that moment.
When the perfect shot makes history.
5 pilots.
1 squadron.
The galaxy's finest.
Wish it would just make a new Rogue Squadron game.
On top of that, of course, the team at Motive got a lot of experience working with Star Wars when they worked on Battlefront 2. And when Battlefront 2 wrapped up, there was a really small group of us that were really into
From the
particularly pilot
ashes,
experience
Battlefront
within Star
2,
Wars.
man. Like,
And we wanted to make
talk about a
something-
game that
something really
complete
went all in
180.
on that part of the fantasy. And so we did kind of a grassroots initiative.
And
or
it's
started a little
it was
passion
free
project,
last
and that
month or
ramped
still
up into
currently this
eventually
month on
what the
PlayStation
game we're gonna
Plus.
show you today.
You talk
Into
about...
it, you start learning how to divert energy from your lasers to your engines, how to shift your shields from the front to the back to cover your butt in a dogfight. Or at the higher levels of skill, you can do really crazy stuff. Like you can boost your engines, fly ahead, cut them off, whip around 180 and shoot a missile off your own tail while drifting backwards. Like real ace pilot stuff. And that's really where we have a lot of fun with the game. And it has kind of a unique dual perspective approach to it. So when the game starts, you're going to create 2 pilots. You create a New Republic pilot and an Imperial pilot, and you're going to alternate between their perspectives mission to mission over the course of the story. You're going to meet a diverse cast of characters along the way, and also a few familiar faces. Now, when you're done with that story and you've played maybe a bit in the practice range, you say, hey, I want to try multiplayer. We want to make it really easy for you to hop online with your friends and play competitive space battles at that point. And so we've done a lot to try to reduce the barriers, to make it as easy as possible for you to play with your friends. And so I'm happy to say we fully support crossplay. You could be on PS4, Xbox One, PC. You could be playing on a traditional display or in VR, which Fun fact, the entire game supports VR from beginning to end. Pretty
That's cool.
But regardless of how you're playing,
Can't play it or else
they can all play
die,
together.
I guess,
Hook
right?
up with your friend,
Vertigo.
connect, have an awesome space battle.
This is it, Titan Squadron. Everything we've done has led to this. Finish those Vanguard scum.
This is Star Wars Squadrons. Earn your wings in a single-player story spanning 2 factions.
All stations, fire on that ship!
And master multiplayer battles as a squadron of 5. With the option to play the entire game in VR. This is the definitive Star Wars pilot experience.
Come on, come on!
You'll begin your career in a single-player story.
Okay, so but
where you'll play as 2
like I want to see like more of the way that this is played out though, because it's cinematic in-game
You'll experience
footage.
this world through your cockpit. The instrumentation in front of you provides critical feedback about power management, targeting, and shields. With a squadron of diverse characters at your side, prove your skills on increasingly challenging missions.
Hello, Vanguard. Welcome to the Nadiri dockyards.
One of my spies has linked the attacks with the New Republic Starhawk project.
The story of the 2 pilots you play
Stick together.
will shape the balance of power in the galaxy.
Get ready!
Let him have it.
To take the fight online,
Like, it
you'll need
looks
flight
really
time with
good.
all 8 ships.
I'm just worried about how it's going to control, because it seems like there's going to be a lot involved with the way that you have to fly this.
Let's get him.
These ships.
Ideal for hunting down your opponent's starfighters.
That was kind of fun!
Support ships can keep allies safe and stocked up, as well as disrupting enemy fighters.
Light 'em up! Nice.
Bombers are the heavy hitters, able to deal devastating damage to enemy flagships and
It's almost
starfighters.
like the way that they're talking about this is like Overwatch, but with Star Wars ships.
Unlock everything you need to customize your pilot and starfighters simply by playing the game. From cosmetics to an arsenal of over 50 components that alter how your ships fly, fight, and survive.
They're on you!
I'll deal with it.
You can dramatically change your loadout depending on your
Ooh,
squadron's
that just messed with me a little bit there.
Finally got him.
This will be critical in Star Wars Squadrons multiplayer modes. First up, dog.
That's all we need. We just need a dogfight mode.
This is an all-out
Just
5v5
just everyone in one area, just shooting the shit out of each other.
Fine-tune your loadouts to work as a team.
Moving in on the enemy.
Utilize components like tractor beams, turrets, and mines to slow down your opponents or set up your squad mates for the kill.
Rebels unmarked.
For teams looking for an even greater challenge, it's time to prove yourself in Star Wars Squadron's signature mode, Fleet Battles. Fleet Battles are multi-stage conflicts. Whether playing solo or with friends, you'll have the option to compete against other players or AI as a squadron of 5.
Don't worry, I got him for you.
Meet your team in the social hub to solidify strategy, coordinate loadouts, and prepare for takeoff.
I wouldn't want to change the way they look, because they're just so awesome the way that they are. Why would you want to modify something so cool? That's the thing, is that the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing are 2 of the most awesome looking ships in the Star Wars universe. Why would you want to change it? Why would you want to mess around with it?
And finally,
If it ain't broke,
the
don't
ultimate
fix it.
goal. Target and destroy the subsystems of your opponent's massive flagship and take it down.
Shields are disabled.
At each phase, your squadron either pushes the line forward or falls back to defend.
Keep our flagships safe.
It's your squadron's choice of how to play.
I'm hit!
Speedy, unrelenting assaults,
Stay together, strike quickly.
stealth and subversion,
Jamming the enemy. Sensors can't spot you.
or brutal bombardment.
That ship is vulnerable. Take your shot.
We need to hurry.
You can tell a lot of care went into this, though.
A unified squadron is the key to victory.
Making my attack run now.
Let's make this count.
Wars Squadrons. Join the galaxy's finest and make your mark.
You are the hope of this galaxy.
Looks really good. Little worried about the way that it'll play, but looks really good.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Lamar Jackson. I'm excited to be a part of the EA Sports family.
I never thought I could rise to a level where
it's just me and the keeper.
My heart is like, score that goal, and you're a hero.
And history carves your name.
It's weird that they're only showing Madden and FIFA. They're not showing hockey.
60,000 people.
Where's NFL Blitz, right? Where's FIFA Street? FIFA Street is shit. That's the game that needs to come back.
I want the real thing.
I guess they could just say football for both of these, I guess. Yeah. That makes sense. EA Sports Football. Which one are we talking about?
On behalf of all of our studios, thank you for joining us today. But before we sign off,
We got that
one
more thing,
we would love
right?
to share. Cousin Darren, over to you.
Thank you. So the moment is here.
Oh my
We
God.
finally get to say,
We're back. We're doing it.
Oh
Skate's
my
happening.
God, we're getting Skate
rolling.
4.
We've secretly got together. It's the beginning. The skate evolution continues.
we've been waiting.
This is a
years,
smile on my face
honestly,
right now.
To make the right game at the right time with the right idea, and really, really pleased to say that we're here. It is really early, but it takes a little while to find Cuz or wake him up.
I want to thank you for your passion, your patience, and all the support that you've
Patience.
shown.
Lots
you know,
and
us
lots
to
of
get to this
patience,
point.
right?
Comments.
It's amazing. We cannot believe
The entire chat
made
area
this
over here is
into
just filled
existence.
with Skate 4, Skate
Amazing.
4, Skate 4.
Skate changed my life. Thank you so much.
Well, that has been it for A Casa to Pass Watches, the EA Play Live June 2020 event. Some good things came from this. We got some new Apex Legends stuff coming. We got to see the new next-gen Madden and FIFA games. We didn't get to see NHL though. We got some gameplay footage of Star Wars Squadrons, which looks great. I'm just wish I could see how it would actually control. But maybe if we could have gotten like a demo announcement or something like that leading up to it. Yeah, the game with the girl and the dice, something random. That's probably the thing that stood out the most for me in this, except for the title, of course. But I think that is going to be an awesome game. Like I said, kind of like a spiritual successor to the American McGee's Alice games. But overall, not terribly bad. About 52 minutes worth of stuff. So that's awesome. Lots of good things coming from EA. We will see what they have in store later this year that's not sports related. Other than that, guys, this has been Josh from A Casa to Pass, and I'll see you in the future.